Year 9 Season 2 has had some crazy new changes to Rainbow Six Siege, including the operators, which we're going to be doing a video on today. So if you want to know the top 10 best operators that you need to be using in Year 9 Season 2, make sure to watch this video right the way through. So in the number 10 spot, I've chosen a defender, Tuberout. And Tuberout is honestly a really good operator. He's very strong. He's still only recently be added, so he could have another nerf. Who knows what's to come. His throwable Zoto canister basically freezes every single electric gadget for 12 seconds, and this is an absolute game changer. Before Tuberout was announced, like, getting through walls was very easy. The only sort of counter to it was bandit tricking or K tricking, but for that you need to be perfectly timed and very good at what you do. Tuberout has some crazy benefits. One of them including, if you throw your Zotio canister up at the ceiling and there's someone walking above you, you can see their footprints from above, which is absolutely insane. And including that, if they walk through your range of the Zotio canister, it will actually slow down the player. So if you're going towards the end of a game, you can throw your canisters down at the doorways and slow down the play. Also, I didn't know this, but you actually count as glass. If you are in the range of the canister, glass cannot see you, which is quite a cool feature that I didn't actually know until today. Other than that, he has a great loadout. That is including the MPX and the AR-15, which are insanely good. Obviously, everybody knows the MPX is an insanely accurate gun, high fire rate, high damage, absolute laser beam of a gun. And the AR-15, which is just an absolute overpowered DMR. The fact that he has been given this loadout with this sort of gadget is unknown to me. He is incredibly powerful. And just to top that off, he has a C4 and proximity alarm. And moving into the number 9 spot, I have chosen Ace. And for me, Ace, I believe he's just overall the best hard breacher out of the lot. And that's mainly due to how quick and effective he is. You can literally just throw your Selma charges straight onto the wall and it takes absolute seconds, whereas with Thatcher or Hibana, you gotta hold your gun out or take ages to put the breaching charge on the wall. Ace is just so much quicker and so much more effective. And to top that off, he has got a loadout with the AK-12 one, and let me tell you, I think the AK-12 is one of the best guns in Siege. It's incredibly overpowered, it's insanely accurate, and it's got a really good fire rate and a really good damage. For the number 8 spot, I have chosen Legion, and he did have a nerf. This is why he's not higher on the list, just because he did have a nerf, but he is still absolutely amazing operator. Legion has 9 mines, and you basically throw these down at doorways, windows, wherever you like on the map. And as soon as they walk into it, the attackers get a small amount of damage and it builds up over time. And a great way to use Legion is to use him as for intel. So if you throw your Legion mines at doorways, you'll know that there's an enemy at that doorway or at this part of the map as soon as you see it go off, because there's a little marker. As soon as you see that marker disappear, you'll know that someone's in that area. And it will tell you when the mine has been set off. He gets so much better towards the later rounds because his mines build up over time. So you get one at the start of the round, and then as time goes on you get another one, and then it just slowly builds up until you get the full 9, which you'll get at the end of the round. Them mines in the later round can stop attackers pushing the site so easily. It makes it an absolute breeze. That is why Legion is the number 8 spot. And for the number 7 spot, I have gone for Buck. And a lot of people might disagree with me, but for me personally, I think he's a really good operator. I mean, he can be used on every round, every site, every map you can think of. He is useful in every single scenario, whatever the map is. His shotgun is incredibly powerful. I didn't realise how strong it is. You can get some pretty long range kills with that shotgun, and it's very easy to switch back and forth to. He's got stuns, hard breach, he can soft breach on any soft walls, and he can hard breach with his hard breaching device, which is insane. The fact that he can do both, I think he is actually the only operator that can actually do both. I might be wrong on that, do let me know in the comments, but I do believe he's the only operator to be able to do both. Buck is an incredible operator to run if you solo queue like myself. I often do solo queue. I do often play with other people, very rarely. His gun is absolutely insane as well. Like, it's got a really high fire rate, but the only issue I will say about him is he has got a lot of recoil. Once you learn the pattern of how the recoil kicks and you get that to an absolute T, you are going to be getting so many kills with Buck. You're going to be flying up ranks with absolute ease. For the number 6 spot, I've gone for Dokkaebi. I was going to put her up a lot higher, but for me, I'm just not a fan of DMRs. That's my only issue. I play on Xbox. I understand on PC why she'd be a lot higher, but still, she's an amazing operator. I mean, she can literally shut down Roman on her own. She literally can affect the round so much just by pressing a few buttons. It's absolutely crazy to me. If you want to clear a room out and you're unsure if somebody's roaming in that room, it is made so easy. All she's got to do is ring up the phones and use that as a sound cue if anybody is there. And the fact that they have to sit there for like, I think it's like 8 seconds trying to turn off their phone and they don't have the gun out, it makes picking off people that are roaming so easy. And to top that, she also has stuns. So if you want to clear out a room, set the phones off, chuck your stuns in, and they have got absolutely no chance whatsoever. Her gadget, if you kill somebody and you hack their phone, you get access to every single type of camera. That's just not the default cameras, that's Valkyrie cameras, bulletproof cameras. The list goes on. It is absolutely insane how good of an operator she is. But like I said, the only thing that just lets her down a little bit for me is her guns. I'm not a huge fan of the guns. A lot of people do enjoy the loadout that she has, but for me, it's just not my cup of tea. Now, moving on to the number 5 spot. This is one of my favourite operators, this Mute. And I was going to put him right near the top, but I have put him halfway just because the top 4 for me are absolutely insane and I don't think any operators are going to top him. So with Mute, he's got 4 jammers. He can literally block drones, hard breaches, absolutely anything that is electrical. It is insane. He counters almost every single operator. For me, I just think Mute is better than, say, Cade and Bandit. Just because he can jam walls and stop people breaching walls, but you can also block drones and everything else that goes anywhere near that. So for me, I just feel like he's got that one up, and he also has 4 jammers, which you can block 2 walls with 1 jammers. You can just about do it, but it won't get the top corners. That's the only issue. So you'd have to stick 2 jammers down, but you could literally stop a total of 8 walls if you really wanted to from getting breached, which is absolutely insane. Whereas Cade can only do about 4 in total. You can maybe pull off like 3 with his. You could probably pull off about 6 in total, but there's not many maps where you can pull off 3 walls with Cade. And the same with Bandit, you can only pull off about 4 walls, which is a bit of a shame really. I've completely forgot he's got an absolutely insane loadout. He's got a shotgun and the MP5K. Both absolutely insane guns. And he's got the SMG11. Who gave Mute this loadout? Who gave him an SMG11, the MP5K and a shotgun? You can open up head holes, rotate holes, feet holes, whatever you like. For me, I like to use the MP5K because I think it's one of the best guns in Siege. It's got no recoil whatsoever, got great damage and a good fire rate. Now for the number 4 spot, and it's a very obvious one, I've gone for Valkyrie. For me, Valkyrie has been absolutely consistently good since release, since what I know. I don't think she's had any major nerfs. She's just been an all-round really good operator. I mean, she's got 3 cameras that you can place absolutely anywhere on the map. Some of the spots, if you watch my videos, I will leave a link or a little card up above if you want to go check them out. Like, some of the spots you can pull off with Valkyrie are absolutely insane. Like, nobody is going to find half of them. And the amount of information you can get just off 3 cameras just makes it insanely overpowered. Anybody on your team can use the cameras as well, even if they're dead. But yeah, she's got a really good loadout again. She's got the MPX, which is one of my favourite guns, and the Deagle to make holes. For me, I think she's just a crazy good operator. And you can use the Deagle to make holes to put your cameras in. I mean, she's a perfect operator. Now, for the number 3 spot, I have gone for Ying. For me, I think Ying is the second best attacker. For the number 2 and number 1 spot, I've got 1 attacker and 1 defender. So, for me, Ying is easily the second best. She's the best operator to use for site execution. You can literally pre-fire with an 80-round mag LMG. Like, who gave it 80 rounds in a mag with 0 recoil? And a scope on it. It's absolutely insane. Like, that gun does not move an inch. She's got 3 candelas, which are our flashbangs, or 9 bangs, is what some people might call them. Throw them in a room, you got 3 of them. They go off, you ain't seeing nothing if one of them lands at your toes, let me tell you. If you want to sweep a room, Ying can do it in a matter of seconds with her flashbangs. And to top that off, she also has 2 smokes. So if you want to get a quick and easy plant down, say for instance on bank, a really good spot is, if they're in the basement on bank, you can push through, throw your smokes, throw your candelas, and quickly get a plant down. With year 9, they did nerf Warden. They got rid of his scope, so that makes Ying that bit even better. Because Warden was the only person that could counter Ying. And to be honest, in this year, I haven't seen 1 person use Warden now he's lost his scope. That is why Ying is at the top. There's nobody to counter apart from Warden. And I mean, he's an absolute stinky operator. Like, if you use Warden, you need to sort your head out because he's no good for nothing. So moving on to the number 2 spot, and I've chosen a defender. I've gone with Aami. Aami has just been consistently good since release. Same as Ying, just been absolutely crazy good. She has had a nerf, I do know that, but she's still disgustingly good. Like, to destroy one of them barriers, you need to shoot so many damn bullets. Like, there's not even much point shooting them half the time. Like, her ability is insane. You can literally just change the whole map. You can create so many different angles, block off doorways. You can literally have it so you can just see their feet. So if they're walking towards you, you can just see their feet if you create a one-way angle. And I've been seeing as well on TikTok, some of the spots you can get into with Aami are just disgusting. I think she's a little bit bugged at the moment. I've seen people get on sort of shelving, like miles in the ceiling. I've seen people get on top of cupboards, people get on top of gun lockers. It has been insane. For me, I just think Aami is just one of the best, mainly due to her ability. But again, she's got 2 really good primaries. I mean, she's got that shotgun, which is literally a sniper. You can kill someone from across the map with that thing. From a distance, it's literally like a 3-shot kill. And it's like 2 or 3 shots, something like that. And the damage on it is absolutely insane. And it comes with a scope. It's a shotgun with a scope. She's also got the 9x19 SMG, which I do prefer to use just because I enjoy the gun. It's got no recoil, it's got good damage, and a lovely fire rate. So for me, I would always pick the 9x19 SMG over the shotgun. But if you're fancying the shotgun and fancying getting some 360 no scopes off the top of Oregon, then be my guest, you know. And finally, the #1 spot. And there is a huge reason why this operator is #1 on my list consistently, and that operator is Thatcher. He is literally the most useful operator since release. He can do the full lot. He counters almost everything, and he needs to be used on pretty much every single map. Like, he counters bandits, Cades, Valkyries, any sort of electric gadget he just completely counters. And the distance on his EMPs are insanely good. There's no chance of them throwing a really good Cade. You do get throwable EMPs, but they've only got a small distance. So a lot of people can pull off Cade spots. I've got a video on this as well. I know I'm rubbing it in your face to watch your video. You don't have to if you don't want to. There is some good stuff in there. His Cades, you can throw him in certain spots to where impact EMPs can't hit him, whereas Thatcher's can. He can hit every single Cade no matter what you do. It counters mute as well. And mute's one of the most overpowered operators. It's a man that does it all. His gun is, he's got the best gun in Siege. He's got a low recoil, high damage, and it's just a very easy to control. It literally just shoots straight up the recoil, and that's it. There's no swerving, nothing like that. It's very easy to control. And once again, he's a very easy operator to use. So if you're new to Siege, I would 9 out of 10 times pick Thatcher if I was you. He's just very easy to use, and he's very helpful to the team. Yeah, and you'll pick up the game very quickly and very easy and understand how each gadget works with Thatcher. That's a really good point with him. So if you're new to the game, make sure to start picking Thatcher. And if you're an absolute champ, use Thatcher because he's sick. He's sick for everybody. If this video has helped you in any sort of way for the new Year 9 Season 2, do drop me a like, comment, and subscribe, as it does help me a huge amount. But other than that, I will catch you in the next video.